गोयचे एक सगळ्यांचे फेमस आर्किटेक्ट आनी म्हजो प्रोफेशनल कलीग बाब डीन डिक्रूज. तुम्ही सगळे तांकां वळखता. तशेंच आमचे कुमारजुया ब्लॉक यूथ काँग्रेस प्रेसिडेंट आनी स्टेट जनरल सेक्रेटरी ऑफ यूथ बाब ग्लेन काब्राल, बाब लॉरेस सिल्वेरा जो आमचो काँग्रेसीचो ZP कॅन्डिडेट आसलो कलंगूट मतदारसंघान, आनी बाब राजन कोरगांवकर जो आमचो कलंगूट गट ब्लॉकाचो अध्यक्ष. ह्या प्रेस कॉन्फरन्स घेवपाक मुद्दे जायते आसा, पूण एकूच मेन इश्यू पळय आसा, आमचो टावन एंड कंट्री प्लॅनिंग एक्ट. आमचो टावन एंड कंट्री प्लॅनिंग एक्टाचो गैरवापर करून ह्या सरकारान कांय PDA तयार केल्यात आनी ह्या PDA मार्फत सगळी गोंयची डेव्हलपमेंट आनी गोंयची विक्री चल्ल्या. द होल ऑफ गोवा इज अप फॉर सेल by this BJP government. It started in 2017 with 16B and it has continued by making or including more and more planning areas under section 18 of the Town Planning Act. आमच्यो पळय धाकट्यो सुपुर्ल्यो विलेजी आशिल्ल्यो लायक आरपोरा, पार्रा, ओल्ड गोवा, ह्यो सगळ्यो कलंगूट, कांदोली PDAन हाडप, तांचो FAR वाडोवप, ODP म्हणजे तेंचो FAR वाडोवप, ग्रीन एरियाज आहात त्यो कन्वर्ट करप आनी हे गोंया विकूंक काडप. हे जे आमी आरोप करतात, not on a general level, but my colleague Dean will give you specific examples of what is happening in specific cases where such lands have been converted.
I'm sitting here on this platform as a citizen of Goa, not for any political party. But as somebody who's prepared the regional plan for Goa RP 2021, as somebody who spent 6 years on preparing this plan, I'm very upset with what is happening with the ODPs. The ODPs are a subset of the regional plan. Whatever settlement area is in the regional plan, an ODP merely details out that thing. It sets the things of what is the commercial zone, what is the residential zone, what is green zone. These ODPs have now taken it beyond the limits of the regional plan, gone into green areas, into forested areas, into fields, violating the basic norms of planning. And how we have a planning department that does this makes it extremely suspicious. We have seen in the preparation of the ODPs, a lot of the lands, steep slopes, and eco-sensitive zones, which are clearly marked in the regional plan, have been converted. And not just for general purpose, there are individual cases in which ministers are involved, making large amounts of money in the bargain. For example, in Pilen Mara, there's almost a 90,000 square meters piece of land, which is forested and steep slope area, which has been converted and is in the name of a minister's wife, where you know the value of the land, which is plain orchard land, which you cannot develop as a settlement area, and that overnight that area is now worth about 180 crores. And that is the value of the money that people are making on just converting these ODPs and playing with the ODPs. There are many examples which Tulio will talk about. There's extortion on two levels. There's extortion on the level of where people are, pay some money and get it converted. And the extortion on the level where people are saying is there's something legally converted in the regional plan, and they're telling them, if you don't pay, we will not include it in the regional plan. So they're taking out areas which are legally meant to be in the regional plan and taking it out of ODPs for payment. So it is a double extortion that's taking place, and this is extremely bad. I've personally been involved in, say, the MAPSA ODP, And we can see the great amount of, there's Khazan lands which they put into settlement area. There is Kennington land which they put in the settlement area. All this is completely illegal, against the basic laws of the state. And how this is done is again in connivance with the town planning department. And I'm also sad to say that the member secretary in the town planning department, which is in charge of these ODPs, Mr. Pandita, has been there for 9 years. It's completely irregular that one person is there in a single department for 9 years, just catering to whatever minister comes in as chairperson of this NGPD or whatever North Goa planning authorities, preparing these ODPs in the north area. This is highly irregular and speaks of complete corruption that's taking place in this department. Planning is for everyone. Planning is for the general good of the public. It is not for individuals. We see individual cases of conversion of zones from, residential to commercial to high levels of commercial. And this is just not acceptable to the people of Goa. And it's up to all the opposition parties to come together and fight this high level of corruption, which is going to destroy the environment of Goa. We are in a climate crisis right now. We should be planting more trees. We should be creating more green space. In fact, we're doing exactly the opposite. And this is extremely upsetting, which we all need to take action on.
I will point out certain glaring examples. On 30th of June of this year, 30 तारखेर नॉर्थ गोवा प्लॅनिंग डेव्हलपमेंट ऑथॉरिटीन आनी एक जाहिरात न्यूजपेपरार घातल्या. What is given there? That after notifying the Kalangut Kandoli ODP on 28th of November 2018, कन्वर्शना करून दोंगर कापून ग्रीन एरिया सेटलमेंटान दाखोवन ते सुद्धा तेंका they were not done with. आणि एकदा very quietly and illegally, because ODPs cannot be amended without following the due procedure of the law. Under the Town and Country Planning Act, there are specific sections, Section 39 and other sections, which deal with minor corrections of the ODPs. Without following the due process of the law, Tani, all these survey numbers 41 by 1, 28 by 17 and 207 by 2 of Kandoli, S2 असले ते S1 केले. 199 by 9D, 199 9D1 of Kandoli, S2 असले ते C3 केल्या. आणि 238 by 21 of Kalangut village, C3 केलेलो already. म्हणून तांकां they were not satisfied. तो C2 केलो. म्हणजे आनीक एक FIR ताची वाडली. I'm not talking, I'm talking from the advertisement of the government. जाहिरात न्यूजपेपरार आयल्या पळय नॉर्थ गोवा PDH. आणि हांवें ताचे 114 काडले. ते आमचे गोंयकाराची खंयचेच भाटानान ती. ते सगळे भायले कोण शेरटन टाउनशीप एका सर्वे नंबराचेर कोण सिरियल नंबर 4 मायकल लोबो म्हणून बरयला. आणि असे दुसरे सगळे म्हणजे these are I'm speaking from documents. I'm not speaking from any of my personal investigation. This is just on documents, straightforward matters. So what I am saying is, how much will this town and country planning department be misused to conduct their business? टाउन एंड कंट्री प्लॅनिंग डिपार्टमेंट जे खातें आसा हें आमच्यो जागो गोंयकाराच्यो लँड्स शेतां भाटां दोंगर दर्ये सगळे राखून दवरपाक. पूण जालां कितें हें सगळें विकूंक काडलेलें आसा. आनी हें तर अशें चलत आमचे फुडले पिडीक म्हाका दिसना कितें उरतलें. I don't think there will be anything left for the future generations. The whole world is talking about global warming. The whole world is talking about increasing the greenery. The whole world is talking about a climate change due to the rising of the water levels. But Goa is under threat of its own government to spoil and sell Goa to the non-Goans. We take extreme objection to all this. And one minute, you mentioned about that. No, the conversion which is done on that 92. This is the one. This case, you mentioned this one. 192 by 1.
Yeah, so taking a specific case of that 90,000 square meters, you can see the regional plan over here. All this is forested area with steep slope. Now look at the ODP, fully converted. 90,000 square meters. You know the value of the land in Pilen, at least about 20,000 rupees a square meter. So this is the value of land that's overnight. Just one color pencil, and you've got 180 crores ready for you.
At serial number 4 and 5.
And serial number 4 and 5, Sancha Delilah Lobo, owner of the land.
Yes. The same survey number. This is another one, 238 by 121.
What is the area?
That area of the whole property is 1,300.
This is 1,300, this is 90,000.
Yes.
If 97,000 is where Mara?
Mara Pilen.
And the actually social media चेर तुम्ही तर पळोवंक वयशात लास्ट 1 वीकान ते सगळ्याचे नदरेक कित्याक आयले कित्याक ती पळय भाटांक कन्वर्ट केल्या ती भाटां विकपाक आसा आनी तेजेर जाहिराती आयल्या पेपराचेर सो कितें जालां
किती होली सर
हा
भाटामध्ये किती वर्ष भाटाचे ते जाहिराती
जाहिराती I think of 5,000 and 2,000 square meters. 5,000 and 2,000 square meters of land is sought to be sold out of that.
these are bought by gold.
We don't know who is the buyer. No? We know who are the sellers. The sellers are the people who are there in the 114
Publication.
public notice. Yes. And when we were pointed out this, we were shown this. This appeared to be a direct scam. Direct scam. Converting land, taking a portion of the land and then selling the land. I don't think there can be more correlation of this scam. My colleague Dean has already pointed out to how the mechanism has been adopted. How a carefully drafted regional plan 2021 with public participation right from the Gram Sabha levels of every village in Goa was put together painstakingly, and architect Dean D'Cruz, among others, was one of the members of that committee. And today, the regional plan has been thrown to the winds by only 2 acts of the government. What are the 2 acts? One is bringing 16B. 16B is a blanket power to convert and sell.
Yeah, absolutely illegal.
And second, if you can't do anything, declare it a planning area. On the boundary of Mapsa, behind Badgeshwar temple, the Giri village starts. The whole amount of fields till that first white house which is there has been brought under Mapsa. Why? Why do you need to bring Komnida tenanted fields under PDA? Are you going to bring what? Irrigation schemes there? Or are you going to bring some agriculture schemes there? Or this is going to be filled up, increasing our problems of Giri village. The chief minister comes and says, among other people there near the Baswara bridge, this is a man-made disaster, inverted commas. I have not said it. Honorable Chief Minister. But never pointed out who has made this man-made disaster. It is because the government has failed to rein in that contractor of that flyover and all that expansion of the highway. You go to the PWD engineers, they are refusing to act. They say that contractor is very powerful. So where are we heading for is anybody's guess in Goa. There is also one more issue of bringing a part of the old Goa, say old Goa village into the old Goa ODP. No?
Kadamba ODP.
Kadamba ODP. Now, old Goa is a heritage zone. We know that old Goa is sought to be purchased and spoiled. Old Goa, a heritage zone, a UNESCO heritage site. Part of it declared as a protected area in the November 1968 Gazette by the Government of India. And if you allow even these areas which may be a little further from the protected areas, they have to be preserved if the innermost core is to be protected. And to our greatest misfortune, we found out that even in this small area, 300 meters on either side of the Kadamba Road, 300 meters on either side of the Kadamba Road is an open invitation to take it further and further till it reaches the World Heritage Monuments.
Open invitation means? Open invitation means?
Open invitation means once you start the process, it's only going to continue. If somebody has started, he will take it another 200 meters. Who can stop? Once you trigger the process of development, in technical language we call it a ribbon development. Is that right, Dean?
Yeah.
It's a ribbon development. There is no planning involved. You take a spine of a highway and allow that to fester into a ribbon development.
How much is the area?
300 meters on either side of the highway.
They did not mention. It is. They said only 300 to 200 to 300 meters from both the side of the road. It starts from Sai Baba Temple and ends to Kadamba Fun Hotel.
No, but Panchayat has given permission.
No, I have the resolution of the Panchayat.
That is what we have.
Opposed that.
Who?
Panchayat has anonymously opposed the Greater Panjim PDA in the Old Goa. Still, they had gone further with it as publishing the ODP map of Kadamba. In that,
How Panchayat is so quiet on this issue?
I don't know that. But I had filed already on 20th of this month. I had filed an objection to it because previously also I had filed an objection saying that Panchayat, they said there was a Gram Sabha resolution, but when we came to know there was no Gram Sabha resolution for the PDA. So in January this year in January there was a Gram Sabha. In that Gram Sabha we had brought to the notice of the Gram Sabha. They're saying that there PDA is coming in Old Goa. Then all of the people had opposed it. So that resolution I had enclosed to my letter, saying that secondly there is a one fortress wall is there in this PDA area, so that we have to protect. Second, there is an ancient stream is there, so they had not mentioned about these two things in their ODP plan.
What is the Panchayat doing? Anything you have asked?
Oh, see, plans also Panchayat had not disclosed and they were not published. When I wrote a letter to the Panchayat, that time only they had given me the ODP plan to see.
Otherwise, Panchayat is
Panchayat, no. It was published in the pandemic time in April 26 something. It came on the paper saying that ODP is open for viewing. But I mean, the office of that ODP was closed, Greater Panjim PDA. Visitors was not allowed. So I asked the Panchayat if they have any correspondence. They said no. After 1 month I gave that idea I don't have. But it is starting from right from Bangini village till full Bangini village, you can say, both the side of the road.
full Bangini?
Yeah, both the side of the road, 300 meters. As Mr. Tulio has said, it can expand. Now they are saying only 300 meters. We don't know because we cannot have a two planning authority for the village. One is TCP and other PDA.
You have been in this whole process for a long time. As far as the commission giving suggestions to the government and everything else. How do you see this going on? And really, when people are fighting everything, and there are left ears from the government.
Yeah, it's extremely upsetting because planning is meant for the general good of the public. You know, it's also meant to protect the environment. It is meant for economic development, which is there. But people need to understand that economic development is not just about building buildings. It is also about keeping the green spaces, where we're growing our food from, where we're getting our water from, where our carbon dioxide is going to be absorbed. All that is also essential. That is infrastructure also. So we need to make sure that those open spaces, and open spaces for our livelihoods need to be at least 5 to 10 times more than our settlement areas. Now, if we're going to increase our settlement areas and destroy our green spaces, where are we going to get our livelihoods? I mean, as it is, we're losing out, we're buying our vegetables from Belgaum and everything. We can easily grow everything over here. Our water supply is one of the best, but we're losing everything over here to overdevelopment. And it's not a good development, it is a development which is unsustainable. We do not have the sort of capability to...
Are you moving towards dangerous zone?
Extremely. I mean, climate change just says that we are heading towards disaster. All coastal areas, in 30 years, we are going to lose about Kazan lands is about 30% of our Kazan lands. You know, all the bunds will be broken. When people say climate change, sea level rise, they think 1 centimeter every 2 years. Or something. 1 centimeter doesn't mean it keeps on going up and down. And once the water goes up to a certain level, all the land becomes saline. Whatever plantation is on the coastal area dies out. We lose our sand dunes. Water comes in. And that's a complete destruction. So even from an economic perspective, we're destroying the economic future of the state, because it is clear that if we are looking at the future, we have to protect for the future, because so CRZ should actually be pushed back. If we're trying to bring our CRZ forward, we're going to destroy it. It's only short-term gains. Yes, we'll build some hotels here, we'll build some fancy houses here, and we'll make money on that thing. But 20 years down the line, everything will be lost. Whatever infrastructure the government's putting in on the coastal areas will be lost. So it is not even economically sound to actually allow this sort of development.
What do you just say on this recent where people participated in our public hearings, if you remember, whatever has taken place, even though people tried to give their suggestions, they were not heard in a proper manner. Then government said, the concerned minister said, you give your suggestions, it will be on time, everything. How would you like to comment on that?
It's extremely important the public participate in this whole process of planning. That is the most essential. That's what the regional plan tried to do, of take for public participation on board. Regional plan flawed in one thing, that the final plan did not go back to the panchayats for that final correction that is there. Because there are things that slip in. Town plan is extremely slippery. Working on the town plan, you know, every little time they're trying to put in something, and you're working on the whole of Goa, you can't monitor everything else. So the village was supposed to correct those things. Little differences were there. So we acknowledge all that. But that didn't happen. And I think that needs to be done. It started the process, then elections came, and that was lost. But people need to raise their voices because it is their future. And especially the youth of the state need to stand up because it's their future. We are going to be finished now in a few years' time. Most of us won't be around. But the youth of the state are going to face the brunt. So it is up to them to come forward and say that we have to protect these lands. And the authorities, the ministers know what the dangers are. So they don't even need public participation. They know if they put in proper planners who are concerned about the environment, planners who are concerned about the livelihood of people, you can do it properly. But we don't have it. People are only concerned with making money and greedy and making money in a most illegal way. So it is something that is extremely upsetting, which is destroying Goa, destroying really the livelihoods of the people.
On a final note, the Congress party today demands that all these glaring examples of change in zone which have been carried out illegally to destroy Goa should be reverted back to what the zone was as of the RP 2021. These were clearly mapped out as eco-sensitive zones. These were clearly mapped out as protected zones, and the ODPs have only tried to change this much without doing any surveys or without caring for what the local people wanted.
You will be filing complaint against this?
I was coming to that. The Parra being declared a planning area has already been challenged in the High Court.
MAPSA has been challenged.
MAPSA is being challenged. Now, Kalangut and Kandoli is already in court. Is that right? And now, Arpora is going to be challenged. Recently, Arpora has also been notified, and lot of illegal conversions have been carried out by in the Arpora area, including some hills. The chairman of the North Goa PDA, Mr. Silvera, who is the chairman of the North Goa Arpora ODP, author of the Arpora ODP, should answer to the public how much conversions have been carried out by that ODP and which are the lands that he has sought to protect. Goans need answers. These planning and development authorities have not been created just for doing business by the government. They are there and they are answerable to the people of Goa.
Do you feel also that Old Goa Panchayat should also answer what action, what will be their further step on this Old Goa issue?
Of course, as my colleague Glenn has pointed out, the Gram Sabha resolution is binding. And here is the Gram Sabha resolution where, and under the 73rd and 74th amendment, planning is the prerogative of the local bodies. The PDAs cannot usurp this power from the local bodies, and they are bound by a Gram Sabha resolution, and no areas can be declared as a planning area unless they have come as a demand or as a request from the local body of that area.
No, but you also feel that the Panchayat should come out with an answer on this issue?
Of course, we asked the Panchayat what is the follow-up that is done on this Gram Sabha resolution and what are the actions they propose to take. As my colleague Dean has said, Parra is already in court, Mapsa is already in court, and Arpora will follow now in court. Let the government answer not only to the courts but to the people of Goa.
16B is also in court.
16B is also in court.
What about zone conversation in Pilan, Marla Pilan?
Zone, we are asked that the government should revert all these conversions that have been illegally carried out, especially in the eco-sensitive zones. They should be immediately reverted back to what the zones were in the legally notified RP 2021.